Hey everybody, Chris and Logan coming at you with episode 9 of Lessons with LeBlond. Sorry about the delay there. We had some technical difficulties with the headsets, which isn't surprising when Chris is involved.
Yep, that's all my fault. I take it full responsibility.
All right, but we are up and running, so good to go. So I will get right into it with I'm going to talk about our educational packages and some of the machines we offer to schools, technical schools, high schools, colleges. It's something that we have really focused in on the past few years. As you all know, if you've been in the industry a while, you know that there is a need for machinists out there. A lot of machinists are retiring, and there aren't many coming out of schools. Here recently, we've seen a big uptick in schools getting their machining programs either revised or introducing new machine programs for the college or the high school, the tech school, whatever it may be, which is awesome because it is sorely needed. So I'm going to get in with two of our manual lathes, the RKL 1332 and 1340. Both of those are very popular models we offer for schools. They're very similar. They both feature a 14-inch swing over bed. They have a 2-inch spindle bore. They have a 5 horsepower motor. Where they differ is the 1340 is going to be a little more rigid than the 32. The reason behind that is it has a one-piece cast iron base where the 32 does not. And the 32 does not have the removable gap where the 40 does. But the nice thing about the 32 is, these programs are trying to get as many machines as they can in a small space. So that 32 is going to save you 8 inches of room, which is, when you're talking about trying to get 10 machines in a small building, that adds up. So, and then we also offer a package, our educational package. We have put one together. It includes a lathe, a mill, bandsaws, and drill press. So for the lathes, it's the RKL 1340 geared head or the RKL 1540 CNC, the 9x48 electronic variable speed mill, the LVS 50 vertical bandsaw, the LHS 10 horizontal saw, and the LDP 25 variable speed drill press. Now that's just a package we put together that is fully customizable. So if you can order 4 lathes, 1 mill. You can order all lathes. You can order a mix of everything. So if you want more info on the package, please give us a call at 513-943-0099 or go to LeBlondUSA.com. You can also find more information about the 2 manual lathes that I discussed. And we do offer a educational discount for schools. So that is automatically applied to your quote when you submit your request, and we get that out to you. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Chris, who's going to talk about the lesson of the day here. Chris, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
All righty.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about. I know we talked about it. I was sitting at my desk in the office talking about tightening up your spindle nut and doing that once a year if you can, or every 2 years. It's just a good practice to do when you change your oil in your machine. One of the machines that Logan was talking about was the 1340 gearhead in that educational series, and that's what I'm standing here and working on today for you to get a good look at. So what we're going to do, I've already got the head cover off. And for you guys that got that older lathe out there that has the servo shift, when you first take the head cover off, you're going to have this servo shift unit in there. And this is going to be on the very top, and you're going to have to move it out of the way. It's a simple thing to do. You got your just 6 bolts here across the top to undo, and this will lift right out. Now, when you do take this out, you want to put the speed knob in a neutral position. That way, when you set it back in, everything's lined up for neutral and ready to go. So with that out of the way, we can move over here and up inside the headstock. And like I spoke, go ahead and step up here, Brian, get a good look. If you don't have a spanner wrench, you can pick them up at like McMaster Carr, Granger. I don't have mine now, so I'm going to show you, how I would do it in the field. And all I do is I've got these cold chisels. I mainly keep this little one in my uh, service toolbox, so I'm not, carrying, because I've got so many other tools. I don't want to carry a big bulky one. But all I've done is I've grinded down the tip to a nice flat. Hopefully you can see that in there. And all you're gonna do, you're gonna locate your spindle nut, which is gonna be on this side of the wall, towards the back side of the head. And it's gonna have, hopefully you can see that there's a set screw there going into the threads. And there's gonna be about 3 of them all the way around. You wanna loosen those up. Then you're gonna shift your head into a low gear. And now with your servo shift, guys, with your servo shift out, all you're gonna do, you're gonna take is just push it over, just to kind of give you a little bit of resistance on the spindle itself. Or if you got an extra set of hands, some guy can just maybe kind of hold the chuck a bit. And all you're gonna do is take the hammer and find one of the slots for the spanner, and just give that a few taps until it's good and tight. Okay. Now, once it's good and tight, don't go ahead and tighten your set screws yet. What you're going to want to also do, you're going to want to seat everything. So what you'll see I do, I've got me a dead blow, nice big one. I'm going to tap on the spindle 3 times on the front side and on the back side. That's going to help seat everything as well. And I'm going to come back up and just give that a tap again. And that's gonna seal everything in nice and tight, get you kind of back so maybe you don't have any wobble in your spindle. And then you're gonna go around, tighten up your set screws, lock them back into the spindle, and you're good to go. Now, as you can see here, I've also talked about, so with these newer lathes, you see this magnet up in here, because this is getting an oil bath, and anything that gets picked up and thrown up in here, this magnet's going to pick up any of them metal chips. But like I've also discussed, another thing you want to do is get you to pick up a couple other magnets from Home Depot, Lowe's, any one of your hardware stores. If you got an Ace, they're going to have, a packet of magnets that you can buy, and just drop down in there. That way it'll just help keep any kind of metal fragments, just from natural wear, out of your oil and getting into your bearings, and keep the life of your lathe going. Yeah, so that's pretty much that on that. I know I've talked before in recent videos of a servo shift. This is one we got in for a rebuild. So what I may try to do this week is shoot some YouTube videos of rebuilding this. I've got a Kaoli workhead as well, just to show what all it is that we do and what those all entail to rebuild and get them back in good working order for you guys. Another thing, I don't know if we've mentioned or you haven't seen, right now to the end of the year, we're offering a 25% digital readout discount. That's something if you're wanting to get a digital readout for your lathe at a good price, now's the time. We've got plenty of stock. All you got to do is call us, let us know what your swing and centers are, and we can get you hooked up with that as well. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and that's what I got for you today.
All righty. Thanks, Chris. We do got a few questions coming. We forgot it's Halloween, so happy Halloween, everybody. I think with all the technical details we were having in the beginning, we just kind of got a little sidetracked. We got a comment wanting to know where our costumes are. Chris, where's your costume, man?
Well, it's at home, but if you are in the Cincinnati area, come on into New Richmond, Riverview Bluffs. I've got 150 Jello shots to hand out to the parents walking around with their kids. And so, yeah, we're always looking out for the adults, too. So come find me.
Oh, geez. All right, we got a few more questions. How often should you check your spindle nut? Chris, I'll let you take that one again.
I say every 1 to 2 years. You should be changing your oil anywhere from 2 to 3 times a year, depending on how often you're using. If you're using your lathe every single day and it's getting a continuous 8 hours, like a production shop, then you want to change that every 3 months. So on that third go around, you want to change that oil, and you want to get some Mobile DTE 26, or go to one of your automotive stores. A lot of them carry the brand Performance Plus, and the kind you're going to be looking for is an AW68. If you can't find that either, you can call us. We do have Mobile DTE 26 in stock that we can sell you. But yeah, once a year you should be changing your oil.
All right, we got another
And
one.
then once you do that, yeah, on the third go round, do that spindle nut as well.
All right, we got another question: is will these conventional machines have demand in the future versus CNC made? There's always going to be a demand for manual machines. Not everything is going to be economical to put on a CNC machine. And then also, when your CNC machines go down, you need something to fabricate a part in house to get that CNC machine back up and running as quickly as possible. So versus having to send that out to a machine shop, waiting a few days up to a few weeks to get a part back, you can just send it to your tool room and get it made up in a couple of hours. So I think there's always going to be demand for a conventional machine versus a CNC machine. Chris, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, CNC is fantastic, but yeah, you're always going to need the manual, just for if it's not a production part, it's just a one-off part. You don't want to make a whole CNC program for something like that, or you got a shaft that broke, so you just got to turn one down real quick, and instead of throwing that in the CNC, you can slap it on your lathe real quick and get moving.
Yeah. And so we got a few more questions. I heard you talking about the educational series machines. Do you offer a discount? So we do. It's 12% off for any educational package that we quote out. That is automatically applied to your quote. So great question. If you want more info on that, again, you can go online at LeBlondUSA.com, submit a web request, or give us a call at 513-943-0099. And doesn't look like we have any other questions coming in. So if you do, give us a call or just leave a comment on the video, and we'll get back to you. And Chris, you got anything else before we sign off?
No, yeah, just thanks for tuning in and keeping us going. Happy Halloween, and like I said, Riverview Bluffs in New Richmond for all your Jello shot needs for your Halloween trick or treating. I got you covered. Thanks, guys.
All righty. Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good one.